That was my big problem in the previous videos. I was trying to dodge those little gray prison things. And dodging them is not a good idea because they're going to hit you. They're just going to hit you. And then you've just got to make sure you're positioned in a spot where you can easily destroy them. And then you just hide from the lightning and you're good to go. I don't know if there's anything else you can use to hit Wily, but commando bombs, they don't do a great deal of damage, but you don't really need them for anything else after this point. So you can at least get a couple hits on him. Ow, earlier. I should just shut up. I should just not talk anymore. So my bitterness doesn't shine through. I could fake being excited. I could feign cheerfulness. Think anyone's likely to be fooled? Ow. Wow, that's awesome, you guys! I'm so glad that I just got hit! I don't know. Did you buy it? Were you convinced? So mad at Mega Man 10. And if there is a trick to killing this guy, I wish I knew it because it's such a long fight. Ow. Whether or not I replay a Mega Man game very often is determined a lot of times by how quickly I can get through it. Like, what's a good example? Mega Man 7, for example, has a couple bosses that just, they're wars of attrition. They just take so long to kill that it's almost no fun replaying the game. Because it's like, yeah, okay, I can play this game, but then I'm eventually going to get to, I don't know, Burst Man's level, which requires a lot of waiting for the water to go up and down and where you want it to be. And it's like, man, I don't even want to fool around with Burst Man's level. This is kind of a neat trick here with Dr. Wily's space elevator. I got a good chuckle out of this the first time I recorded it. I did. I thought it was funny. But now all you get is the corruption in my voice. This level here is one of the reasons, getting back to what I was talking to, that I am not very likely to put Mega Man 10 near the top of my replay list, because this level is just long, and it's boring, and it was cool at first. Hey, I'm upside down, but I'm in outer space, and I can jump real high, but no, you know, it's just this. Over and over again. Just the little, you know what, those drill bit guys were no fun in Mega Man 2, and they're no fun now. You see that? I did make note of this. That's actually a W tank. It's just upside down to lull you into thinking it's an M tank. But I've already got an M tank, and I don't really need a W tank because I didn't really use weapons on the last boss when I fought him previously. I just used my Mega Buster because I don't know if there's a weapon you can use on him or if I just couldn't figure it out, but there is, however, an M tank in this level, which I will grab near the end. So I will refill all my stuff just before then, because there's no reason not to, really. Okay. Yeah, you got an E-tank, and then over there's an M-tank, so I will do this. Well, first I will use it. Because remember, you can only carry one of these. So the Mega Man games that I tend to replay the most are the ones that don't have long, boring levels or bosses. Mega Man 3 has a lot of levels, but all the bosses go by real quick. Once you figure out how to defeat a boss, you are just good as gold. Hard rock, what does that mean? I have no idea. I did notice this, that I can go to my challenge list. Hard rock. Make it to the boss room without getting damaged. Okay, cool. These I thought were cool. These are little challenge levels that you can play. And I recorded all these and talked through all of them. I won't be doing that again, though, because... Nah. I don't want to return. Resume game. That's what I wanted to do. Alright. Dr. Wily's last form is just the same spaceship it's been since Mega Man 4. It disappears, it reappears. You know the drill. You just attack him and refill your life when you have to. One of them is fake and one of them is real, so only one of them sustains damage. And I don't know if it's always the one on the same side, or nope, now it's on this side. And it's time to refill my life. So Mega Man games that I tend to replay a lot. 3 is at the top of that list. 2 I replay a lot. Because it's very short as it is. So, it's like 2 I think I can finish in, I don't know, an hour maybe. 5 is pretty well up there because 5, it's one of the more difficult ones in my opinion. Kind of. Maybe not. But, again, there's no bosses that just take forever to kill. 6, the levels are kind of boring overall, so I don't... There's a couple cool ideas, and you get the cool jetpack, and that's fun. But 8, I never replay at all, because I really hate jump, jump, slide, slide, and that's all there is to it. The jump, jump, slide, slide levels are terrible. 9 is definitely one of my favorites. I've replayed 9, I have no idea how many times. But there's nothing in 9 that requires a war of attrition. Everything has a weakness, and if it's weak to something, it's going to be easy to connect with it. In most cases. And then you think Wily might asphyxiate because he's in outer space? No, he just caught the Robo-Enza virus because apparently it can transmit from robots to humans. And I'm just zipping through the dialogue because I've already seen it. Screw it, I don't care. And you guys have already seen it too because you played this game a year ago. But before he left, he actually built a whole pile of medicine. Oh, isn't that adorable? Dr. Wily was a good guy in this game after all until he decided not to be a good guy anymore. And that's it. That's the ending. Remember how Mega Man 9 had those the still images of the Robot Masters kind of hanging out with you and your crew? Mega Man 10 doesn't do that. Starfield background, roll credits. And oh my god, the credits are long. Alright, to be fair, I didn't come away from this game as unenthused as I might be sounding. Again, I'm just in kind of a bad mood because I had to replay the Wily stages twice. Once to record because my power went out, and then again to record because why did I have stereo mix turned off? That's what I can't figure out. It's like I just keep it on because I do so much recording of so many different games and things, you know? Why would I that's stupid. Why would I turn that off? Ugh. What was I talking about? Oh, Mega Man 10, yeah. I did like the game. I did. And especially the Robot Master stages. Now, I tend to not replay some of the Mega Man games, like I said, but some of them I will replay, but only up until I get to the Wily stages. For example, Mega Man 4, great Robot Master stages. Great Robot Masters. I love Mega Man 4 up until you get to the Dr. Cossack stages because they just get irritating. There's even an auto-scrolling level in there, if you can believe that. So usually what I'll do is I'll play Mega Man 4 until I get up to the Cossack stages, and then I'm like, I don't want to play this anymore, and then I'll shut it off. But up until then, it's like you get so many cool levels. Ringman is an unbelievably cool level. That level's so much fun. And you get Pharaoh Man, which is a lot of fun, and Dust Man, which has some of the best music in the early Mega Man series. So, and that's kind of how I feel about Mega Man 10, is a lot of the Robot Master stages were a lot of fun. Sheep Man's level, it's going to be a long time before somebody tops Sheep Man. That was just a fun level. Then you got stages like Baseball Man with the mini-boss that I had a lot of problems with. Once I figured out how to fight the mini-boss, it was fun, even though I was just executing a rotely memorized pattern. And Nitro Man, I'm sure I will fall in love with after it clicks for me. It hasn't yet. I haven't actually gone back to replay Nitro Man since I killed him earlier in one of the earlier videos. Let's see, who else was there? Solar Man's level was very... That music was kind of out of bounds for Mega Man. It was like it got imported from some completely different game, and I'm not really sure where that came from. The level itself was kind of a basic fire level that we've kind of seen before, but even so, you know, like levels like Fireman and Heat Man, they were fun. So Solar Man's level is also fun. Let's see, Blade Man's level, overall, kind of generic, even though it does have the little switch track guys that you have to crawl across. But again, those sections in this game are not very enjoyable because you're jumping back and forth, yeah, but they're slow going. They serve to stop you up. And that was a big sticking point for me, if you'll recall, in the third Wily stage, because the midpoint to the level was just before that switch track, that underwater switch track section. So you had to do that, and then you had to do the vertical scrolling section on the platform, and then you had to do another room full of spikes, and if you died in either of those rooms, you had to go back and do this really slow-moving water section again. Wily 2 had issues too, because the midpoint in that level was just before the mini-boss. So if you died at all in the second half of the level, had to fight the mid-boss again. The first Wily stage with the Wily Archives, where you had to fight previous Robot Masters, that was an incredible level, and it's probably my favorite level in the game. For obvious reasons. It's nostalgia stake, if nothing else. Not only that, though, but the Robot Masters, when I went through on my replays, I tried to determine if they had weaknesses, and they do, and their weaknesses somewhat correspond to what their weaknesses were originally, which I thought was a very neat touch. For example, when you fight Frostman in the third Archive boss room, his weakness is the Commando Bomb, which makes complete sense because his weakness in Mega Man 8 was the flash grenades. So similar kind of weapon, and you just had to hit him with it. I had more fun fighting those Archives, just learning the patterns. The first cycles I can get flawlessly now. The third one I still have some problems with because of Slash Man. And there's my clear time, 3.5 hours. You know what? I'm kind of happy with that. I know that a lot of that is because that time logged the Wily stages twice. So, the other thing that happens when you complete the game is you unlock hard mode. And I haven't played on hard mode yet. But if you remember, Mega Man 9 had a hard mode. It was called Hero Mode and Superhero Mode, which you could download. And they didn't really alter the bosses, but they made the stages a lot more difficult. In Mega Man 10, I understand that bosses actually get new attacks and new patterns. So I probably won't go to hard mode until I've figured all of the bosses out on normal mode. And in any case, I probably won't go back to record it, so it's not like you care anyway. And that was it. That's Mega Man 10. These videos are going to sit on my hard drive for a year before I upload them. So, you know what? I hope you guys enjoyed. At least the parts up until, you know, the third, or whatever, the last third of the series where I just started complaining a lot. Because I hate this game and I hate life. Bye.